I know, everyone freaks out around Mercury retrograde, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what to do and what not to do during Mercury retrograde. Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Summer Monae, and I am really excited today to be going over with you guys the energies that we can expect during a Mercury retrograde, what you can do and what you shouldn't do during this period as well. Before we get started, I do want to remind you guys that if you are ever looking for any clarity in your life through tarot card readings or angel card readings, please make sure to always check the Wizio link in the description box below. So let's jump right into today's video. So Mercury is the planet that moves the fastest and is also the closest to the sun. Mercury is the planet that rules communication, technology, as well as travel. When Mercury is in retrograde, it does slow things down and it asks us to kind of overview and recalibrate things that we may have done in the past. 1 to 2 weeks before the retrograde, you will start to feel its energy, and then 1 to 2 weeks after the retrograde, you will feel its shadow period as well. So the first thing that I am going to share with you guys of what not to do during a Mercury retrograde is that I want you to hold off signing any contracts right now. The reason for holding off this contract signing is that during the Mercury retrograde, our communication can be a little bit jumbled up, and you wouldn't want to get stuck in any agreements that you didn't fully read over, or that could have just been a little bit misunderstanding or misinterpretation in that contract. So definitely use this time to hold off on those things. But if you have to sign a contract during the Mercury retrograde, please make sure to read absolutely everything and to go over that fine print. During this time of the Mercury retrograde, you should be able to expect some last minute cancellations or any traffic jams, because this is going to be the time of a little bit of just mishap, okay? But I really want you guys to look at this as an opportunity of divine redirection. So if you ever miss a train, you miss a bus, or anything like that, if something has to be canceled last minute, just look at it as something that is divinely happening for you and just flow with that redirection. The next thing that you're going to want to do during a Mercury retrograde is to avoid misunderstanding situations. I really say that heavily because if you already find yourself in a place of confusion with a specific situation in your life, during the Mercury retrograde, you can expect a little bit more than that. And the reason why I'm saying is to avoid those misunderstanding situations is because it won't be a coincidence if you hear someone say that's not what I meant. Again, communication is going to be a little bit misunderstood during this time. But if you do have to have a situation that you must face that is confusion, please make sure to, vocalize what's going on clearly, even within yourself. Make it as clear as possible and make sure that you are thinking before you speak to others as well. This next one definitely has happened to me a couple of times being a content creator, and I want you guys to make sure that you are not relying on your technology. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Mercury is the planet that does take over our technology, and if it is in retrograde, we can expect to see things happen like maybe you sent the wrong text to someone, maybe you sent the wrong email to someone, or even sometimes you may lose data or lose film or anything like that. So the one thing that I am going to share with you is save everything. If you can double check anything that you need for work, make sure that you have a second copy of it if it is electronic, because you don't want to rely too heavily on your technology right now. Another thing that goes hand in hand with this is if you are on a Zoom call, or if you're on a meeting or an important phone call, you can also expect for that call to drop or just suddenly stop. So things like that does happen during this time. I really want to emphasize how important it is to make sure that you are backing up everything when it comes to technology around this time, and you would just rather be safe than sorry. This next one, I know some of us can relate to this, and the one thing that you don't want to do during a Mercury retrograde is to allow any past toxic relationships or people that are trying to, re-intervene in your life. With the retrograde period, it does bring back situations from our past to see if we're still aligned to them, to honestly see if we're ready to move forward after this retrograde period. I don't think that retrograde is telling us that we have to accept these people back into our lives when they do return, but I believe this retrograde is asking us to reflect on that relationship, reflect on how that person was impacting your life, and also the lessons that you may have learned from that past person or that past relationship. So do not, I repeat, do not go back to that past situation, because you have moved forward and you are on your way to your destiny. And the last thing that I'm going to share with you guys in today's video of things that you should not not do during the Mercury retrograde is that this is not a time to start something new. This is more of a time of you going back to projects that you may have stopped midway, or going back to find ways to do something better. The reason why you don't really want to start something new in the retrograde period is because it's kind of reversed already, and it could be, again, a lot of confusion around it, especially if there's communication, travel, or technology around this. So don't start any new projects, but if you have had projects in the past that you would like to revisit to add more magic to it, then definitely use this time to do so. I was really inspired today to make this video because I know a lot of us can feel some type of way when the Mercury retrograde is coming upon us. I know the media makes it seem like it's such a horrible time, but I wanted to make today's video to remind you guys that this is just a part of our life experience, and every single year we can expect to see Mercury retrograde again because it is the fastest moving planet, and we feel it the most because it is closest to the sun, as are we. So use this Mercury retrograde period to recalibrate, to go over things in the past that you need to fix in order to create a clearer path moving forward. In every single video, I truly love affirming with each of you, and today's video, the affirmation is going to align with our Mercury retrograde, and it states, I invite love into my heart, my body, and soul. I invite love into my heart and body and soul. I invite love into my heart, body, and soul. Love is an energy that will always exist here, and it will always guide us, but during the Mercury retrograde, we also have to be able to accept things that no longer align to us, and also accept all the things in the past and be able to let go and move forward. So continue to invite all the love in your heart, continue to invite all the good, because I promise you guys, the moment you get through the Mercury retrograde, you will start to see amazing things come from it, especially after that shadow period. I continue to send all my love, my light, and my grace to each of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.